Kill Switch, Bang Energy Truck Series League. You already know. KJ, introduce yourself to the people.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. My name is KJ. I'm a four-time champion. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, I'm just here to check out. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Dog said I'm just here so I won't get fined. You already know we have Roddy Energy right here next to me, sipping on that. You already know
Yes,
Coach Midnight,
sir.
my favorite flavor. I don't got nothing else, but I think strawberry lemonade.
The strawberry lemonade is actually what I'm chilling with right now. It's actually pretty smooth, if you asking me. I'm not just saying that because I used to drive his car. I'm just saying that because it's actually pretty smooth. Mm. Right, ADG, get it at your nearest 7-Eleven. But now let me bring it to stream. Yeah, yeah, Checo. He did, he did, he did.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, I got you.
Alright, I had to reset my controller. Alright, the stories of the week is Ski Mask is still on a roll. Most dominant truck out here by far. Last week, sweeping the race at Bristol. Bristol out of all places? Oh no.
You got to remember though, he is a short track driver. He's a fast driver of these short tracks, and it's always interesting to see him coming out on top. But at the same time, I had the opportunity to watch him at some different places, and I can definitely say he's one of those drivers that is definitely one to watch, especially coming to a road course. He won a Watkins Glen race over the weekend, so if he dominated at Watkins Glen, there's no doubt in my mind that if he gets up front, he will dominate a Canadian Tire, as it's not really much of a different track, but it's also a more confusing track for some drivers.
Now we just have to wait for the go ahead to join up the race here. Should we not?
Copy that.
Okay, he told me to join up. We are now heading up. I will be sending you an invite, KJ. I'll send you two invites, so when you join up, send me an invite, just so we have an extra one. Alright, let me see. This is gonna be qualifying for right now.
Okay.
They're gonna be doing group qualifying because it's a pretty huge road course, you know. They're gonna have to do at least 17 turns. But like I said, Ski Mask in the 22 is the most dominant truck by far, leading the championship by 54 points to the second place car, which is Young and Ready Racing. Ski Mask has 317 points, while Young and Ready Racing has the same total amount as Ski Mask had last week, with 263 points. So every race it looks like there's just no gap in the game. It's still stable. But we're on board with Cougar. Sleazy on my screen. He's popping a wheelie on two wheels, bro.
He's drifting the corner, brother. He is drifting.
Drifted that. That was pretty funny. Coming down to this left-hander downhill. Ooh, this is my worst part of the track right here. Going up the hill. Under braking too. Oh my lord. That didn't work out for me. This is, oh, that's like pretty fast. What do you say, KJ? 23 comes down to the backstretch. Gonna make that hard right-hander, hard down the braking zone. In the middle of the corner, not anywhere close to the rubber strip car, like a car length away. Going into the final set of turns right here. Out of that, not so sharp right-hander, but like a 90 degree left right-hander. Boom. First lap is completed. Round board. Second place car in the championship, 40 of the Ready Racing. Like I said, and him and Ski Man Sleazy are in a tight championship battle. Every race is not a gain in points or a net loss in points for either one of these drivers. Every race, how many points Ski Man Sleazy has made is going to transport to that championship. Oh, I mean, here's somebody crashing off the final turn. Oh, Colt Spacers. Colt spun on with that spun on two turns. Driving 15 truck. It's me Hoopty. He is currently sixth in the championship with 99 points, which is not bad, only having a couple races under his belt. Now I'm ready racing in second. The 17 of Flipper win is in 12th place with 35 points, which is also impressive, only having I think 2 races under his belt. So as long as these drivers can have good races for at least 2 long weeks, they'll be in contention for a championship. If they get a couple wins, that's where the points are. You get 25 points if you win a race. Colt sitting in 10th place with 51 points. 266 points off the championship leader though, so yeah. To start making up those points, you gotta pray that Ski Master doesn't show up to the race and he gets wrecked out. He's the most dominant truck right now. Too good, just in front of Colt in 9th place with 69 points. He's missed 1 week, I believe, which was last week, but he's still sitting high on points. And I do believe that wraps up qualifying with, I believe, Colton. Okie dokie, KJ. Let's go road course.
Say again?
I said okie dokie, KJ. Let's go road course racing.
Yay, road course! Woo
What
woo!
else did they say? Let's go bowling.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we go bowling, that'll be funny, watching the cars just roll off the road.
Go bowling at the Glen. Alright, let's back out so if anybody else joins up, they can have their spots back.
Yup. It's funny enough, knowing that, how things went uh the other weekend with, the other things we've been doing around the world. But how do you feel about going into, a season that, you know what? Nah. I'm gonna hold that talk off for later. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that a different time. But nah, how do you feel about the championship points and the drivers this season compared to last season? And who you think is going to be your favorite for winning the championship here?
I mean, you can't you can't pick any other driver other than that 22 truck. He's just been showing us how dominant he's been. He's never finished out of the top five, so I don't know. The only the only other driver that I think could be him is the 40 truck of Y'all Ain't Ready Racing, but it's gonna have to be a close battle and him winning a couple of races here and there. What
This
do
is
you think?
true. Honestly, I'm right there with you. I can't really see any driver besides the 40. I mean, hey, the 4 showed what phrase that? Yeah, it was the 16, right? Debo was driving the 16. So he showed promise the first race, at Daytona, winning and securing the win for TRD, and then, the rest of us did the same thing when we were racing Cup. But it was interesting enough to see how it starts and then it goes throughout plays through all the tracks that we go to. But the 22 has been the most consistent. Even at Daytona, he was consistent, going through all the way through the tracks that we've recently been at. Going to Phoenix, going through other tracks such as the other night that we were here. They were racing at Bristol, and Bristol known to be a tough track for some drivers, especially in truck series where the truck's a lot tighter. It's difficult to say, hey, these are going to be consistent drivers. Schlinken showed up, and we had never seen him, in the top 5 or top 10, mainly because he wasn't in the league at the time, I don't think, racing up top. But then comes out of nowhere to get, a second place finish. So it's a lot of the times where you look at something, you're like, okay, these are the drivers you want to watch, but then it changes perspective midway through the season, right? Like, I'm just going to use a reference from Cup Series last season. You've seen that last season specifically, you had Mopar. Remember that? All the way up top throughout the entire season, leaves, and then everybody else starts showing colors, right? So it's something like that where I feel like, okay, the 22 is the solid truck. He has a solid run every race we go to. But normally, the driver that's usually up front in the first half of the season before the playoffs is the driver you want to watch going into the playoffs. But you never know what happens. Most of these guys are probably just leaning back because it's regular season. They're cool with him winning the regular championship, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be balls to the walls and drivers everywhere when they come into the playoff. At that point, they have to race for a position of a title. You want to win a title, you have to race hard for it.
Go! I'm streaming. That's why I said go. Hmm, be so annoying. Alright, I'm going to be sending you an invite right now. Or if Tuga sent you one, join up because he told me to join. Yep. Alright, so I'm
Yes, I would
sending
know
you
right.
two more just in case. We are going bowling here at Canadian Tire Motorsport for the Chevrolet Silverado 150, I believe, because it is going to be, or 125 because it's going to be a 50% race. Um, yeah, let's see which one of these drivers are better than others turning right and left. 'Cause
Gotta be good
everybody
at a
could
road
turn
course.
left, but let's see who could turn right.
No, Checo, we did mention we're at Canadian Tire, which is, of course, the one tire or the one road course that's in Canada that everybody likes, supposedly. Now, the crazy thing about this track is that most people think it's in the United States. Low key, I had somebody text me the other day that thought that this track was in Illinois, believe it or not. But no, for that person, no, this track is in Ontario, Canada, to be exact. So right now, as we look at the track, we see the 22 and Too Good of the 10, being 1 and 2 right now, but he's quickly getting spotted on with that 15 and that 40 truck, as you mentioned earlier.
Yep, the starting lineup of today's race was Too Good in first, having the pole time of 120, 707. Titanium Ski Mask is following right behind him with 120, 807. Third, Yuki with 120, 854. In fourth place was Ryan Reddy, who split to win. Sixth was Colt Spacers. I do believe we have one more driver. Oh yeah, Collins, which rounds up our group. Seven. Yeah, seven drivers. Oh, he hooped in the garage with some troubles. I don't know what happened. Second place was right behind 22. philosophy of what not having the 17
Now, this is something we always constantly see, right? We always see the 40 and the 22, like up front. It's nothing that's new. It's always something that we expect, but it's always something that we know is going to happen
Oh,
as
as
well.
cold spaces hits the wall right in front of the 17.
Ooh.
Third place. Was it that? Still going. Tucked in right behind the 17.
So, so I noticed a new truck that I really haven't seen like a while or a lot around here. What's the stats on the 17 truck?
17 truck is flipped to win, and he only has a couple races left.
Ooh! Ooh! 22 almost spins around. Jesus!
Damn, I wish I was on the 17 right now.
Don't worry, I covered it. Jesus Christ, he was on two wheels on his right side. I don't even know how he saved that.
Well, he flipped to win, having 2 races under his belt. He's already has already combined total of. I had it in my head, now I forgot it. 35 points.
35 points. Wow, and he's a newcomer?
Yep. He's only had 2
Oh,
races.
wow.
But those 2
That's
races
crazy.
only have 9 drivers. That's he's gonna finish in the points.
Fair point, fair point. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, this 22, I told you before, he won at Watkins Glen. There's no surprise to me that he knows how to drive these road courses. Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's shuffle through the field, shall we? So we got Hoopty in the shot with the mechanical failure. Also, check out that came back. He had a blown engine.
Here we have a little battle for, I believe this is 4th place, maybe 5th place. It's cold spaces against the 23 of Collins right here. We're going into the final set of
Collins hits the wall.
Oh, Collins went wide. The 4 went on the inside, and the 4 took the spot. But it's not over yet because Collins is right behind him, right here.
Collins is on a mission, man.
What can Collins do? He looks to have a tighter line through turn 1. He's right behind
But you also
the
gotta
4.
You also got to realize the 4 also touched the apron on that one. He actually touched the rumble strips. So he slid off a little bit more than what he can handle.
Ooh,
But you can see he's trying to get it.
A little bit. Collins has been on the open. As I say that, Collins touching the grass.
Cole's definitely trying to be a defensive driver here. That 23 is not going to be easy when it comes down to passing him.
Let's see what Collins can do.
And the 4 goes in the grass. As they come into the open hairpin, the 4 is still leading the 23.
About to get on the back of the 4. What was new was Sugu gave him the pole. I wanted to see him battle the 22 for a little bit longer. Sugu is right there, right behind the 40. I give it at least 1 or 2 laps that the 10 passes the 40. Maybe after the passes 30. Ooh, oh, okay. I was gonna say the 40's gonna go off the track, but the 40 going in the pit right now. The 10 truck takes over second place, but pit stops are gonna be a factor here. Let's see who can have a better strategy than the other drivers. The 23 also comes into the pits as well. 10 stayed out, the 22 stayed out. In the garage sadly. 17 does stay out. 4 also stays out.
Do we do a lap check of like how many laps are on right now? Ooh, 22's in the pits as we speak. Leader's coming into the pits.
So the 40 came into the pits a lap ago. He's looking at under the 22 right now. The 22 in the pits. Let's see if the 40's plan is going to work. The 40's coming down the backstretch right now. You're going to be the hard right hander in a couple of seconds here.
I don't know. I mean, from a driver standpoint of view, this is a good gamble, but I think the 22 might get out there just a quick second before.
Coming out of his pit stall right now, and he's out on the track.
Yep.
Didn't work in the 40's favor, sadly.
It's strategy, Legis. But remember something, it is strategy.
2 to go.
2 to go. In the race?
In the stage.
Oh, okay.
34 laps to go right.
Is it 34 laps total? How many laps have we done so far?
Now, from a driver's perspective, how hard is this track? Because without this elevation change, for me, it's pretty difficult. You have to be changing your braking to this thing.
You know, thinking about it back to when I first started driving in NASCAR specifically, personally, yeah, this track was kind of like a culture shock, you know. Being young and being a younger driver back when I was little, I used to just drive the more intermediate tracks and ovals, you know, so I didn't really think there was such thing as a quote-unquote road course playing NASCAR until about like NASCAR Heat 3, honestly. So it was there when I first started driving tracks similar to this, like Watkins and stuff like that. But once you, realistically speaking, once you drive Watkins and you figure out like the elevation changes and what the braking point should be and stuff, you tend to understand most of these tracks as a whole. You know, it tends to get easier. But racing Canadian tire is always tricky. Coming out of turn 3 and 4 is probably the most easiest turn to take. But at the same time, when you're going into the elevation change, you're going up the hill, you're coming to a hard right hand, you know, your mind's telling you keep it down and just zoom through the corner, right? But the drive itself is telling you, hey, you have to slow down here, you know, you have to go through this turn a little bit better, as we see the 22 win the stage. But, you know, it's a tricky track.
22 with the 10 following suit. The 40 in third place. I think it's the 23 in fourth. followed by the 17 Ford, and rounding off the field would be the, I do believe, the 15. What do you think of the racing so far in stage one?
It's the first that I've seen the 10 up in second. I mean, usually when we cover these races, we see the 40 and the 22 battling it out. It's always a nice change to see another driver in there, in the mix, trying to get his name up there. So, kudos to Too Good for being in the top two and top three because it's a first. I've never really seen him in this position, a lot being in second place, so we can kind of focus on him a lot more.
Yep,
So I'm
40
liking it
in
so
the
far.
mixes, giving me way more points.
The 40 stayed out. 40, the 22, the 10, and the 23. The 23 is a car we do not talk about a lot.
Yeah, the 23 is.
Did he give a bump to the 10?
You see the 40 right on to the inside of the left-hander. I was gonna say right-hander. Left-hander. The 22 still sticks it in front of him. Wow, he was on the outside.
As we see Too Good searching for the inside of the 40. He's trying to get that steal.
Yep, Too Good's right behind him. He's waiting for them to mess up. The inside of the 40. Oh,
Look, Jay Collins does it! Collins goes to the inside!
Oh, whoa!
Wow! Holy mother of mackerel!
Right, 4 wide, but it was a little gaming down.
Wow, the 20, the 40, the 22, the 40, and the 10 take off with it in the top three. The 23 has a solid fourth place with the 4 chasing him. Jesus Christ, that was interesting to watch.
Say that the 23 goes right onto the track, almost all the way to the graphic manages to get out here. The 4 takes the 4th place spot. He's trying to find his speed. Move the 23 getting passed by the 17 or flip the win right now. We'll see what Collins can do. Maybe a last first challenge, maybe, who knows? As the 4 goes wide right there in turn 2. The 10's still trying to look for ways to get back at the field. He wants to get under him. He almost had it right there, but everybody else had the same exact idea. Oh, Too Good does like almost a wheelie. Holy crap. It is this point of the race when we have to thank our sponsor, Udemy, sponsoring us. If you go to their website, you can buy energy, drink powder, cups, jackets. Maybe not jackets, but book bags. You know I'm trying sometimes. But if you use the promo code KILLSWITCH for 15% off, and that's how me. Like I say always, that's how I'm really get your money back. But get back to the racing here and there. 10 is following. I was gonna say, how was your about 22 still holding a lead. Let's see who's gonna get the fastest lap. Everybody could be spread out. They can go for a couple extra points. You never know. 2 points could be a factor in the season. 40 rolls off out of the hairpin real nicely. The 10 still right behind him, following the 4, the 23. I do believe the 17 is the master now. So Collins has managed to pass the 17 to flip or win. He said, I want my 4th place right now. Get it. 22 passing the start finish line for, I think that was 17th lap. I'm not good at count. I do not have lap count. I wish they had lap count like they do in Formula One. Way easier to have information. The 40 still in second place, followed by the 10. Too good, looking to try to open his turn up. Ooh! Flips the wall just a little bit, still keeps his truck straight. That was me, my truck would have been around. I would have been Never mind. It's the grass as well, does the 10. As the 4 looks to have broke super early. Not even a turn.
Hey, look at it again. That 10 is tracking down the 40, man.
Caution is not out. 23 has been taken to the garage. Fatal damage. Tough break. Ski mask leading. Then the 10 in third place. Fourth place in the 7th. As the 40 comes out and the 10 is slightly in front of him. The 10 does have that position of second place right now. Once pit stops all the way out, the 10 is going to be in second place again.
Honestly, my bad. I wasn't listening. I was on my phone. What happened? What was the question?
So the 10 beats the 40 off of pit road, and I'm thinking that it's either he took two tires or they both did something insane. What would you have done in
It's
that situation? I'm just thinking of what they did.
honestly, I'm thinking like the same thing you said. They both of them took two tires, just that the 10 got out a little bit faster. I mean, normally you can go in and do the same strategy as the 40 goes really wide on that corner. But you know, you can do the same strategy and end up having the same situation happen either way. But I think it's honestly just the 10. You know, the 10's pit crew's been on PPQs today. They've been out fast, you know, catching the 40. I mean, so they must be doing something right in the pits. But at the same time, it's interesting to see how the 10 got out in first, you know, or in first before the 40. But hey, they're both fast. They're both equally as fast. So there's not a doubt in my mind that that 40 won't catch back the 10. But there's really nothing else you could do. I mean, it's up to the pits at that point. If the pit crew is fast, they're fast. If they're, you know, minimal, they're minimal. But if they're slow, they're slow. It's not a way to really, you know, control that. But what would you have done in that situation, Checo?
I don't know. If they do want to take two tires, then boom, they're gonna be in front of you. And it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter if you feel comfortable with it, as long as you know that you could run a couple good, lap times with the left sides being worn, then you can stay out in front of the person in front of you. But for me personally, I would have just taken the four tires.
Oh, most definitely.
As the 22 probably coming in too low. Most likely. He has such an advantage that he can pit and still be in front of everybody else. Ten still in front of the board. Pretty good exit right there. Some nice speed on the backstretch. Second place truck in the championship. Ski Mask Luigi winning the stage again with Too Good coming in second place. The 40 finishing second stage in third. 17 in fourth.
With 12 laps, I'm going to say one, unless there's a caution. But I don't. The way they're racing, I don't see a caution happening, honestly. So I'm going to say at least one pit stop. And this is good because drivers would have to actually use their heads on the next pit stop, judging on there's 12 laps to go. Either a pit stop can make or break your day.
Hold on. Let me get this. Presumably the final restart of the race. The 22 having first right now. Let's see. Second right now. 10. Little 17 runs wide. Fourth probably gonna take third or fourth place. And now the 17 is in business. Nothing new in the front. We still have the 22 in the lead, but the 10 is pretty close to him. As long as he can stick within a second to him, he could probably beat him off a pit stop. What do you think?
Probably so, actually. I mean, but the 10 has shown to be a consistent car this race. The 22, however, has just been dominant all race. I mean, it's every race we go to so far. The 10, the 22 is always up front, and it's the 40 chasing him, or the 10 is around somewhere. But this time, I'm feeling it's the 10's day. If the 22 messes up his next pit, the 10 is going to have this wrapped up. But at the same time, both are strong trucks. They're both good Chevys. So we never know who might come out and who might, flop. Because the 10, he hasn't been a consistent driver this season. He's been, in the top 5, top 6, but he hasn't had a top 3 finish yet. This will be his first top 3 finish from what I've seen of him. So if the 10 can catch up to that 22 and grab the position away, damn well good job in that situation. Because that 22 has been dominant this entire race, and then nobody has been contention against them except the 40. The 10 has been there, yeah, but the 40 was right there with the 22 for a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out after the round of pit stops.
As you see them coming out of turn 1, the 22 still holding around a second lead on the 10. Following the 10 is the 40. Right behind them, there's a battle for 4th place right now with the 4 and the 17. The 4 looks to have ran wide, so the 17 will take the inside. You have a good exit on the hairpin, but the 4 is right there, so if the 17 does mess up here in the hard braking of the right turn. What turn is this? Like turn 12? I have to start counting them.
Yeah, this is turn 12.
Coming out of the kink of the backstretch. Wink, wink. There's the kink. Ooh, that's a bar. You gotta give me that one.
Stop!
That's a bar.
Put him in the pool! Put him in the pool! Get another banger!
The 4 looked to have been going into a pit stop. He did not hit the commitment line, so there is no penalty on the 4. As we see the 10 still trying to closely follow the 22. Running order is the 22, the 10, then the 40, 17, and then the 4. Out of the race is the 23 and the 15, both with severe engine damage. Bad day. Me Hoopty went around the course at least one lap, and he said, and I quote, "Engine has blown." And we seen Collins get turned around over there in the hairpin. Nobody near him, but hits the wall hard and ruins the day. So hopefully they can come back strong next week and give off a better performance. Excusez-moi, that was my fault. On board with the 4th place truck right now is the 17. Trying to go deeper in the braking zone just by a little bit. He wants to gain tenths here and there. He's not going to gain a whole second because these aren't setups. These are sliders. So whatever you got to work with it. Let's see how the 10 takes this whole roller course. Coming out of turn 2 and turn 3. He's looking into turn 4. Doesn't really get close to the rumble strips until the later part of the turn. Out of turn 4 right here, going down. A little bit of a stretch. Oh, into turn 5, a little bit on the grass. The hairpin of 6 and 7 right here. Coming out of 7. This is turn 7. Going down the back stretch, he's gonna hit this little kink in the racetrack, making him go to the right just by a little bit. It's right here. This is turn 8. That's what it was. The hard right-hander of turn 8. Going into turn 9 and 10. Out of turn 10 for presumably 9 laps to go. I do believe it is 9 laps to go.
This is going to be interesting. Fuel window, not the fuel window, but the pit window is between lap 7 and lap 8. So it's going to be interesting to see if the guys are going to pit.
Maybe somebody's going to want to stay out and see how long the tires are going to last. I know they're going to have to pit for fuel. Let's see if somebody can make those tires last, you know? Maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into 6. Now entering 7. Exiting 7. Going down the backstretch. He's trying to keep up the speed with the 22, but I just think that 22 has just a different engine under the hood. With Ski Mask Bleezy entering turn 8, exiting turn 8, not on the rumble strips. He's having a pretty solid entrance, you know. He's not drifting out wide. He's not hugging the corner. He's able to roll the car wherever he wants. Not into the grass right here. He just touches the rumble strips with 8 to go right here. In turn 1, he doesn't touch those rumble strips, but he is on the PJ1 part of the track. Gives him a little bit of a grip. He looks to go on the dog step again, putting the left sides and the right sides. Enters a turn wide right there, but gives them a pretty solid exit. With the 40 truck looking to be under fire from the 17. Let's see what the 17 can do coming into turn 6 and 7. 17 was able to hold the apex from right there. Ooh. I'm going to have to get a warning. If he has 3 of those, he will get a penalty for cutting the course, because it looks like all 4 tires were over the line. Colt having an okay day. He spun around a couple of times, but he's holding on to 5th place. He's doing okay. Not many drivers to pass, so he will exit the day with points. So will Collins. And pit stops are starting with 2 good entering. Let's see who else is going to come in.
I hate to look at it, man,
Else.
but I gotta say it the way.
The 10 coming out of its pit stall right now. He is in 5th place. We're going to keep an eye on him. With 7 laps remaining in the race, the 22 has come out of turn 7.
Not to cut you off, my controller fell. But if I'm right about this, the 22 is going to pit this lap.
He's gonna pit this lap and he's gonna pull off with it. Low key, I've been watching the 22 and I'm watching the way his strategy is and the way he's been driving. If he doesn't pit this lap, he's pitting next lap. The only way I'm saying that is because if the 22 is playing his cards right, like I would do it in this situation, I would make everybody else pit early. As he's going into the pits, and I called it. There it is. I knew it. He's gonna go into the pits, grab at least 2 tires and a can of fuel, and then head out with that.
Okay, reason now being, here comes Too Good down the backstretch. Do you think he's gonna be able to catch up?
I don't think. If he pitted a whole lap early, that means that he has exactly about 50 seconds.
Okay,
50 seconds.
I'm filtering through both of them. So the 22 is coming into his pit stall right now.
The 22 is
entering turn 8 right now. He's going to hit turn 9 and 10.
Let's see what happens.
22 still in his pit stall. The 10 is coming onto the front stretch. The 22 is leaving his pit stall.
The 22 is leaving. There's the 10.
But the 10 is coming into turn 1.
They're gonna be side by side.
He takes the lead, but the 22 does have fresher tires.
He has fresh tires.
He does have fresher tires as the 10 goes wide.
He goes wide.
No.
That's his race. That's his
That was a
race.
tremendous strategy from the 10 as the 17 and the 40 are right behind him. This is gonna be a race, guys.
Wow.
Everybody is going to be under at least a second, so the first four positions are gonna be up for grabs right now. As we have
Oh
the
my
17
God.
going wide, the 4 is in 5th place. He's
Can
gonna
the
have a
10
solid
pass the
good day, but the
22?
4 cars in the top 4 are right here under a second each other.
But can the 10 close in on the 22 like he's been closing on the 40 all race? Can he close in and capitalize?
Wow, we have to keep in mind that the 22 just came out of his pit stop, so he's gonna have a little bit of an advantage. He's gonna have 1 lap pressure tires than the 10, but the 10 already has his tires up to speed, so it's just a toss-up as if the 22 can just keep it on the track and warm up his tires good, as he looks to have a strong truck already coming from out of the pits with, what is it, 6 to go? I do believe it is 6 to go. Ooh, that was a beautiful strategy by the 10. If I was a 10, I would have just blocked him coming in the turn 2 right here and not run wide. Ooh, as the 10 has the 40 on his outside. Let's see if the 40 is going to be able to clear him. And he does. The 17 has fallen back a second to the 10, so it's only going to be a toss-up for second place right now between the 10 and the 40. Do you think the 40 is going to have the speed to catch the 22 though? With 5 laps remaining.
Didn't he pit with the 22?
Yes, no, he pitted a lap before. So he's probably on the same strategy as Too Good. No. Yeah. I think so. I wasn't on the 20 or on the 40. I'm sorry about that one. But I do know the 22 does have fresher tires than presumably everybody on the track right now. I was gonna take the flag right here. 5 to go. 5 to go here at Canadian Tire.
5 to go. The 22 almost spun out again. I don't know, man. I think the 22 has it locked up. It's just the 40 and the 10 now.
It's gonna be a battle for that second place spot. Because the
Oh, almost
17 looks like he's gonna be gaining. Oh, as I say that,
Never
he
mind.
runs wide.
Commentators curse. You cursed him.
Yeah, I just gotta say what I see, and what I seen was looking good, and then boom, it looked bad, and I was like, oh no.
It's like you try to be nice about it, and you look at him, you're like, oh, he's gonna. Oh, never mind.
Oh, my fault. You gotta be like, oh, my fault, OG. As the
I
10
didn't mean
looks
to do that.
to go, he was shooting for second place right there.
Are we gonna have another 1-2 finish for the 22 and the 40?
Most likely. And that's happened already. Let me see how many times this year. They have finished 1 and 2. Three times. They have finished 3 times. With 4 laps remaining in the race.
4 laps remaining. Oh, the 10 closes the gap to the 40. Is he gonna try to pass him in the next turn?
Wait, that's the race?
That's the end of the race. That's
I
the
thought
race.
there was 12 laps in the final stage. I'm confused.
I guess not.
Wow. And again, the 22 wins here at the road course. I thought there was 12 laps to go. Maybe it was 10 and they shaved off 2 because they had the pit.
That is true.
Well, he said 3 laps to go. Never mind. I wasn't paying attention to my phone. So we did have a 3 laps to go. And I wasn't paying attention. Damn, Too Good could have won it. Too Good would have had a solid car. But
Just messed it
let's
up going
get the
into the
top
turn.
3 finishers, which is 22, 10, and the 40. Or was it the 40, the 10, or 22.
It was
Excuse me,
it was the
22,
22, the 40,
40,
and the 10,
and
and then the 17 is right behind the 10, I believe.
all right, let's get them in this party real quick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Truck stopped right there in the middle of turn 9 as the race ends. The 22 truck goes to victory lane, has champagne all over the car, confetti everywhere. They're celebrating over there in the 22 camp again. As we are
What
joined
up?
by second place finisher, the 40 of Yaw Ready Racing. This was a great
What's going
race
on?
from our perspective. Just give us a little insight of what you were thinking with your car, you know?
Man, that is one of my favorite tracks, but I ain't raced there in about a year and a half. So it took me a long time to get my. I used to have these little tricks and stuff that I would do to be fast. You know what I mean? And I kind of lost it all, and I just couldn't get my rhythm down. Right there towards the end, I was, but I like there was a couple turns that I didn't remember if I dropped down into second or if I kept it in third, and I'm like, man, I don't, So I ran decent, but a year and a half ago, I would be 10 seconds ahead at that track. You know what I'm saying? I used to love that track. So I don't know. It was a good race. Hats off to Ski. He kicked my ass again. You know.
Oh, good,
Wow.
baby.
Well, you did start you did start fourth on the grid. What adjustments did you make to get up to second place?
I do the same adjustments on every road course. I do the same exact thing, and it's the reason. I mean, I didn't run one qualifying lap, so it's literally been more than a year since I even stepped foot on the track. So I just needed rhythm, and I seemed like I was faster than Too Good in a couple parts of the track, and he was faster than me in a couple parts of the track. So we would kind of gain on each other and lose. He got out in front of me. I couldn't really catch him, and vice versa.
True, true. Speaking of Too Good, we have him here. He was the pole sitter with a 120. What ran through your mind when you hit that lap? Did you think you were gonna have the fastest lap of qualifying?
Uh, I've been running 119, so I felt pretty confident. I didn't know what Ski or Ready Racing was running, but I felt like I was going to be right there close.
And throughout the race, you were following them with you guys, having the first three positions throughout the whole race. Take me through that final pit stop. Like you had him beat him coming out of the pit stop. So what happened there?
Uh, Overdrove turn 2, went right off the track. My eyes lightened up when I saw that I went past the 22. I was like, finally, and I missed the corner.
Cause when me and KJ were seeing it, cause I had to like flip it through both of you guys, cause we seen you pit first, and I was like, all right, let's see if a little strategy comes into play. And then KJ's like, okay, I've been seeing how the 22 pits. If I'm right about it, he's gonna pit right now. As soon as he said that, 22 goes in the pit stall, and I'm like, okay, now I have to switch through both of these cams so I can see who comes out in front. Sure as hell, you start going down the front stretch. He comes out of his pit stall. You guys are side by side, literally, and then, boom, your brakes lock up, and I'm like, oh no, that
Yeah, it
was
was
a
them
race
old
for Too
tires.
Good.
It's the one thing that kills you at this track. Also, how you guys doing? I'm sorry about that. I have to go put my grills now. But it's always something about this track specifically when coming out of the pits. If you have fresh tires, that braking point is 10 times easier than when you are actually on the track and your tires are about like a lap old. Because last season, Too Good, if you remember, when we were all racing in Cup Series, I think it was either you or Colt that locked up the brakes in that same turn after one lap of tires. And I called that, and I was like, listen, The 22 is going to exit the pits, but the 10 is going to pass him. The minute you pass, I'm like, look, he's going to lock up here, and that's going to be it. The 22 gets the inside line, and you lock him like that. Yep, there it is. I already knew it. I thought, honestly, going into the chicane, that hairpin, you would have had the 22, because I seen how you were entering lower, and he was going wider. And I was like, okay, he's going to enter low, he's going to go wide, grab it, and it's going to be a battle through the next couple turns. But ultimately, good race, guys. It was something that was interesting to watch. Damn, Leezy, I knew it was going to be you winning this shit because you won at Watkins. But hey, it is what it is. Road courses, road courses.
The man's on wheels or on rails.
Oh, definitely. He was sideways twice. I captured on the street. He was damn near sideways and somehow saved it. And I'm sitting here like, how the fuck do you save that? That's how? Like, tell me, Leezy, in your mind when you were going sideways like 3 or 4 times, what did you do to like keep it on the track rather than just flipping over?
No, it's just sometimes when I'm like feeling like I'm in the middle of a turn and it won't turn like I want to. I just kind of downshift and kick the back end out into a gear that you're not really supposed to be in. That sometimes if you jam it into second or first, even first, sometimes it'll give you the turn the truck sideways, and then you can, just get in the gas. So I do it every now and then. But yeah, that was a good race, man. I never, I haven't traditionally never really been the strongest road course racer. He's always been better than me at the road courses, and I've just I've been kind of running a lot of laps there at different road courses lately, and it's paid off.
I'll tell you what, y'all are fast at road courses though, because every league I run, I finish top 3 in road courses, and y'all beat me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I consider myself there slow. That was like I just couldn't get it right, bro. It took to the end of the race. At the end of the race, then I could overdrive my car a little bit. I had to find all my little points of where I need to let off. Go backtrack in my mind. All right, this is my mark here. You know what I mean?
Right.
It took me 2 stages to get it figured out.
Another question from me is for, I think, Too Good and y'all, because when you guys were entering the hairpin, 2 more trucks came onto you guys' inside. What were you guys thinking in that moment? When you guys went side by side, and then boom, here comes, I think it was the 23 and the 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah,
I
think
mean,
it was those 2.
me personally, I seem to gain or separate myself at the hairpin there. That was kind of where I, like, when Too Good was leading, I could see, like, I would catch up to him good there, like. But that's my favorite part of the track, and it's a lot of people, it's their least favorite, but I really like that part of the track.
yeah, me too. I like it. I didn't mean to get into you there. It's that them 2 trucks got into me, and
Yeah,
got
no,
me
you're
into
good.
you.
No, I know. You ain't trying to wreck.
It seemed like the beginning of stage 1 and the beginning of stage 2, the very first time we went to that hairpin, y'all got bottled up, and I was able
Yeah, that's why we lost you the first time. First stage, yeah, it was actually 2. Yeah, I think one time. Yeah, I know the one time I lost you big time on that hairpin there.
That was stage 1. I don't know what happened to me in the hairpin right there. I mean, you got tangled up.
Yeah.
I think the main problem with the hairpin that we've seen today was that a lot of guys were trying to go 3 and 2 to 3 to 4 wide, just trying to get that position away to go and catch 22 or the 40. And mainly it was kind of like I've seen with the 23. He had been battling, with the 4 for like half the race, and then the 17 eventually started battling the 4. So these guys were hungry. You know what I mean? They wanted to be in the top 3, top 4. And when I saw Collins go to the inside and Checo called it out, I paid attention to Collins, and I seen you were there with the 40, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. I'm just surprised they didn't cause a caution, honestly, because they dived it really, really hard into that turn. And I expected a caution out of that because normally there's no way to save that truck from going to the left at that point. There's so much air, and it gets, we all know this game specifically NASCAR E5 happens all the time. You get side by side in the corner, and the cars just stick together. There's no coming off. The minute you get off, and then you could just go and do your business, but there's a chance of you hitting the other driver. So I'm honestly surprised that you guys even managed to get out of that alive.
Yeah, I was on 2 wheels almost 3 or 4 corners out of that race, driving on 2 wheels.
Especially the hairpin, though.
Yeah, it's
Where's
Damn
like
near
the
caught on a
it's a big
motorcycle track.
hill. You're going uphill, and then it flattens out. So if you don't slow down enough before it, you're gonna either fly into the wall or you're gonna hit the 2 wheels. It kicks you up.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, at the end of this race, we might as well give you guys all the titles of wheelmen because that was some damn good racing right there.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Where's the
For sure,
next
for sure.
race?
The next race is. I had it written down. Let me just go to my notebook because it's right here. I do believe it is a short track. Oh, actually, it's Texas. Next race
Oh,
is
okay.
Texas. And
All
that
right.
will.
I like
Actually, no,
Texas.
it's not going to conclude our regular season because the regular season ends in 2 weeks with Eldora being our, our
Ooh,
season
okay.
finale.
Eldora's the regular season finale.
Yep.
Okay, I
Wow.
like that. I like that.
And then
All
after
right.
Texas is another road course, guys. But it's going to be Indy. It's a newer one.
Wow.
That's
All
where
right,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
struggle.
jump off of here, fellas.
Yeah, we
Alrighty
appreciate you,
then.
Chico
Yeah,
and
thanks.
KJ. Thanks, guys.
For sure, for sure.
You're welcome. Like I always say, there's no broadcast booth without the drivers. And that's going to end it over here for us at Kill Switch with our Truck Series League. Like I said earlier on in the race, if you go to utility supply.com and enter our promo code on anything, it's Kill Switch, and you get a 15% off on anything, and that's on me. And if it's not 15% off, then I don't know what is. But I'm Checo. That was KJ. We just had the top 3 finishers, and it's a good night for